guys, welcome back to Jadyn Crafts, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a teardrop loop for the start of your bracelets. So let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, you probably already know what I'm about to say, but I have a change in my posting schedule, which will be starting next week. And next week I will start posting on Wednesdays. So I'm sorry, and I know you're probably gonna hate me for it, but I literally will not have enough time in the week to do 2 videos because I really even have enough time to do it while in summer. So I just wanted to give me enough time to be able to create the best content possible for each and every one of you, and I hope you understand because I feel so bad and I literally do not want to post once a week, but I literally know that the videos would be so bad, they would be so rushed. So I just wanted to make that decision, so I hope you understand. But yeah, let's get started with the actual tutorial. Okay, so first I'm going to show you some examples of bracelets that I've used the teardrop loop on, and most of these have a distinctive V, but your pattern does not have to have a distinctive V to do the teardrop loop on, but I will explain that later into the tutorial. As you can see, this one is like a chevron and it has a distinctive V that you can use to guide you for the teardrop loop, and a lot of these other ones do. This one was kind of a little bit different because there was one knot that was like kind of weird. This one is the same, this one as well, and then this one had somewhat of a chevron, but it's like the plaid pattern. And then this one is a double teardrop loop. You can also do a double teardrop loop if your heart desires for you to do that. These are almost all the bracelets I've done teardrop loops on, but for today I'm going to be using pattern number 33780 on braceletbook.com for the demonstration. Let's go work on our actual teardrop loop. Okay, I have pattern number 33780 right here. So as you can tell, it is a little bit confusing and we might need to scroll through to find ourselves a distinctive V, but that's what I'm here to do for you, trying to help you to see a distinctive V in your patterns to make your teardrop or your multiple teardrops. But for today, I'm going to be doing one main teardrop so you can get the gist of it. So my main color is probably this white, so that's what my loop color is going to be. It's going to be white. So make sure when you cut whatever color you're going to make your loop, make sure that that one color is a little bit longer than all of the other colors, so then you have room to make the actual loop. Once you find your distinctive V, I see one right here, this row of white knots, and that's what I'm going to be basing off my teardrop loop off of. But you can also do multiple colors, so I can do this row right here. There's like a white, a dark purple, a white, light purple, and then like the same on the other side. You can do it wherever you want, but make sure that your V goes all the way to the end of the pattern so that you don't have any like mistakes or like extra strings or whatever. We do not want that to happen. We want it to look nice. So yeah. And you also want to make sure that your pattern has the same amount of colors on each side. So we're going to split them in half. Since you're folding your strings over, we're just going to look at this half right here. And if you were doing a double, then you would split it into 4 different sides. So we are going to cover up that, and then you're going to cut this amount of strings and make sure that this one or any other white string is going to be longer again so you can make your loop. I have all of my strings cut right here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to fold them in half, and now you should have a little like curve, or I don't know what to call it. This string is going to be the color of your loop. Like I said, you would need to cut this one color longer than all of your other strings, and this one is dedicated to making the loop. You're going to fold that in half as well, and you have your one string and then the rest of your strings for your pattern. To start the loop, we're just going to take both little U's, I don't know what to call them, but you're going to take this one and push it under your other loop, and you're going to create a slip knot, I believe it's called, and you just take this and pull it through. Again, you just pull your white string under and then take the U, put it over, and then pull it through, and you have your little slip knot. So once you have made your knot, you are going to separate it, and there should be two strings, and you separate this side with this side and this side with this side, and then you want to make sure that this little bump is on the upward side, and like a little crease would be on the back side of your knots that you are going to be making for your loop. You are going to need some tape to tape down one side of your loop. So I'm going to start on the right side, so make sure that your loop color of your choice is going to be on the right side. Make sure it's as close as possible because we don't want it to be slipping and falling. So now time to make the loop. So this part mainly depends on how big your pattern is. You can totally size it to how you want once you see how many knots you're making. So yeah, you are starting on the right side. You're going to make a backward forward knot. And I would say that counts as 2, but you can count it however which way you want. I would count that as 1, 2. So the backward would be a 3, and then a 4. I just like to count it that way so then I can see which knot would be on the evens and then which knot would be on the odds, but you can do it however much you want. So then I'm going to do another backward forward knot. And if you get lost on how many knots you made, like you miscounted or whatever, just make sure that you always remember that there's always going to be one hump at the beginning because we did that little slip knot. So there would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I've done 12, then this would be 13, and then you just keep going. I have done a good amount of knots. It will be like in half. So this will be 1/2. I did 16. You can do however many you think is good for your bracelet. Now we're going to take the tape off and switch to the left side. So now your string should be on the left, and this time we are going to make forward backward knots. So again, forward, backward, that would be 2, 3, 4, and again, forward, backward, that would be 6. So now I'm going to go to 16 and I will meet you back when I'm done. Now I have done my 16 little knots and I'm going to take the tape off and start the teardrop. I have taped down my loop. I'm going to be focusing on the left side first and look back at our V, and as you can see, my V was the row of forward knots or the white knots, and what we're going to look at is we're going to look at half again, and we are going to look at the strings going into the line of our actual V. So mine would be white, dark purple, white, a lighter purple, white, a lighter purple, white, and then a lighter purple. Those strings are going to be the color of your actual knot that you are going to be making for your teardrop loop before your row of your actual pattern. So you are just going to follow those strings going into your V that you are following. And yeah, for the left side, what we're gonna be doing, this one is at the top, and I already have the white string at the top. That's my first string that goes into the line of my V that I'm following. Then I'm not gonna do anything to it because I already made the loop with it, so it's already set and done, so I can just put it off to the side. But if yours is not like that, then you would just start off with your first color and put the loop color into the group with the rest of the strings. Now I'm going to take out my next string, which I said was dark purple, which is the next color after the white, as you can see, and then we have another white. We are going to take this dark purple and we are going to make a forward backward knot. Now my next color is white, and I like to take my knots out by the actual hump, so then it's easier for me. And you do a forward backward knot. So you keep following your row of strings that are going into your V all the way down. Wait, right there. So yeah, follow that, and then I will meet you on the other side. I have finished this left side, and we're going to focus on the right side. And it is basically the same thing. If your pattern is even on both sides and is the same, then you can just do the same color order. But now, instead of forward backward knots, we are going to be doing backward forward knots. So we take our next color, or our first color. I'm just using the white one already because, like I said, I already did the loop with it. But we take our next color and we do a backward forward knot. Off to the side, and we take our next color and we do a backward forward knot. And just keep following your little strings that are going into your row, like I said, and I'll meet you when I am done and gonna be in the center. So now I have finished both sides, and you should see the teardrop starting to form. So we're just going to do a simple forward knot in between them, and make sure once you have your first little half part of your forward knot that you be extra careful, and I like to push them closer together so then they don't come apart. Or you can hold it with your pinky, but I'm not coordinated enough to do that, so I just hold it and be super still, and then I tighten it, and there we go. You have your teardrop loop, and you have your loop ready for your row of your V. You can continue making your pattern, and your pattern may not be the same as mine, so it just depends. And yeah. So yeah, that is the tutorial for the teardrop loop, and I will be finishing this pattern all the way down until I am done, and hopefully you will see the finished product in my August wrap up at the end of the month, or you might see it on my Instagram earlier, so make sure you go follow me on that. And we're almost at 1K on my Instagram, so that's literally insane. But yeah, make sure you go over there so you can see this bracelet, hopefully before it even makes it over here. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, because that would be much appreciated and would make me very happy. And if you liked the tutorial or found it helpful or liked my color combinations, then you should consider subscribing to the Crafty family, because we are literally amazing. And to lock it in, then you should hit that button down below that says subscribe, because that would mean the world to me and you'd be a part of something amazing. So yeah, I hope you have a marvelous day, and yeah, bye guys!